What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Get Jaby. I'm ACHARA KIRK, joined by Johnny Rome, and we're going to be checking out the trailer to Season 3 of Sex Education.
Yes, so excited.
So, full disclosure, I have not actually watched this show at all, but I have heard it's very, very good. Johnny Rome is a huge fan.
I do really like this show, and one thing I love about this show specifically is normalizing representation across the LGBT community, across diversity. Oh boy, I'm so excited. This show breaks so many great stereotypes about teen coming of age stories, and Season 3!
All right, so you're going to get the perspective of a complete noob and someone who's into it, just so you know. So without further ado, let's begin.
That's right, Ames. Thanks.
Oh,
Who's this?
We're back.
Hey, that's Steve. No, Amy the goat.
It's back! I'm so excited.
Hey, sis.
Oh, he's got a mustache?
It's a moustache. I've been growing it all summer.
I forgot to tell you, I saw Maeve the other day.
I don't need to know what Maeve is doing anymore.
Here are the students currently attending what has been dubbed the sex school.
Oh, okay.
How is everyone feeling today?
Really good!
I am your new head teacher.
Oh, shit.
There are some students here who get a kick out of giving us a bad name. Changes today.
Oh, what?
Yes. Oh.
You were puffed on that graph.
Oh, that's rude.
Happening from the sexual health of our teenagers. I will get more down. Back on track.
What is that?
It's my shame sign.
Will ruin your life.
Facts.
You can't be teaching this stuff. It's backwards.
I'm not getting involved anymore. Things are easier when you don't care.
I don't think you stopped caring. I think you had your heart broken.
What's he doing here? She needed a lift.
That's convenient.
The quicker you and your fragile little peers realize that you're not that special, the better.
Listen up, everyone. We're all gonna die.
Yes.
Come on!
We live in completely different worlds, Amy. I just want to be the old me again.
You may never be the old you, but that's okay.
You can make things better.
Yeah.
I'm not good at talking, but I want to change.
Yes, you do.
You shouldn't ever give someone power to humiliate you. You're great. It's the way you are.
I'm overwhelmed with excitement. I'm overwhelmed. It just looks so good. I am so happy to be back in the world, back in the tone, back in the vibes of this show. It's easily one of the funniest shows I've ever seen, but it hits. And what's so great about this show, what we're talking about with Never Have I Ever, it has a nice balance of that broad comedy, but that heart.
Right.
There's they touch on such incredible issues in Season 2 with such a subtle, deft hand that makes it feel more real. So even though people are lighting their junk on fire and crashing into buses, beyond that, it's this beautiful story about growing up and the people who accept you, and how sometimes it's hard doing it in their environment. This is such a great show in terms of, again, diversity, in terms of just the representation of people who normally are talked down to. This show just, it does a lot. I'm so sorry. I'm losing words. I'm so excited. I'm salivating at this trailer. I just went through an emotional roller coaster right now. I'm sorry. What did you think of?
No, I mean, I thought it looked really great as well. A lot of the stuff that was hitting me was what you were talking about is more of the heart, because I was getting that in the trailer too, and this idea of it's okay to change, you can change, and that's fine. You're not the same person that you were before, and that's okay. And I really love that messaging. From what I've heard about this show, only really heard positive things. And I think with a title as racy as sex education, you might be one to think like, oh, it's probably just all about sex and teenagers having sex. And like, yeah, I can see that that's part of it. But, you know, there's so much more to it. And that's what's kind of drawing me into it. Yeah.
Yeah. The big thing that you mentioned was that idea of change. And that kind of goes throughout, the whole show, talking about sex, hormones, growing up in high school. You're going through a lot of changes. Yeah. Right? With this show in particular, saying that change is okay, it's so hard for so many teenagers to believe that. You know, you think, oh, no, you're stuck this one way forever. Change is such a crazy thing. You become an adult and nothing in high school seems as relevant socially. What I love about this show is you could take the first frame of every single character's starting point and take a frame of where they are now, and you could see that growth, for better or for worse. This show is so great at breaking stereotypes. I mean, from Maeve, who started off as the cool, bad girl, kind of thing, and then turning into just such a deep layered character. Beyond that, this show just incredible writing, incredible showrunners, incredible actors, and now we have season 3. I could not be more excited.
Well, it looks like this season is kind of, going maybe a more puritanical route, if you will, with the introduction of the character played by, I think her name is Lola KIRK. I only remember this because her last name's the same as mine. It's kind of like that, almost like that pushback of when you're too progressive and people aren't ready for you, then it's all like, no, we've got to go back to the old ways. And I don't agree with it, because I think that one of the problems with high school and with being a teenager is a lot of the time grown-ups will tell you sex is evil. Yeah. Don't you ever do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then but it's but you know that teenagers are, right? That's why there's teen pregnancy. If you'd maybe taught kids about sex and what to expect and how to do it in a more safe manner and things like that, maybe those problems wouldn't be there. But what do I know? I like that that's clearly the conflict there, and they're gonna have to do some stuff.
Talking about that conflict that's introduced, that pushback to the overwhelming amounts of hormonal teenagers in this show, I'm really excited to see how they handle this. I trust the showrunners to make it not so black and white, not so that there is conflict to their progression. Right. But I'm excited to see how they handle it in a way, if they can handle it in a way where it's not shaming them for it, right? But finding that balance. Because that's where you're healthiest. It's not one mindset over the other. It's a balance of seeing the best and worst of both.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it seems like they were in a situation where it was just very open and everyone's just free to do whatever. And then here comes the new headmaster and she's like, nope. And then you've got uniforms. You got a shame placard.
Dolores
what the hell?
Umbridge just coming in there, coming in hot.
Yeah, no, I mean this looks really fun. I know you're going to be watching it for sure. It comes out September 17th, so not too long to wait. And maybe I ought to catch up and watch it.
You got time.
Yeah.
You got time.
All my friends are like, no, this show's great. Why haven't you watched it yet? I'm like, okay, I've been busy. I'll see. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that trailer reaction and discussion. And if you guys haven't already, please do subscribe, click that bell icon, give this video an upvote because all that stuff matters. I'm ACHARA KIRK. This is
Johnny Rome.
Ciao.